Live from FedEx Forum, this is The Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Hello, good people.
Single up fish.
What's up, bro? Welcome, everyone, to The Odds Couple. It is week 42 of Chapter 5. Week 42
is my favorite number.
Week 42, that's right. That means there are 10 weeks to go before the start of college football season.
Okay.
Because we'll go to 51 and then we'll go back to 0. And in 10 weeks from today, we'll be talking week 0 of college football. But today, we've got a whole lot of show. We got a lot of things going on. We got the NBA Finals we'll discuss. We got the NHL Final that we will discuss. The College World Series is down to 8. They're going to Omaha. GBO. Little dicey. Got it done. We'll tell you about a big parlay hit on Sunday as well.
Yep.
Also, we got some soccer, which is why I'm wearing my Cardinals-inspired St. Louis City soccer kit here on the show today. We got the Euros 2024 coming up. Coach Carl's going to join us and tell us what's going on there.
All right.
Then we got the U.S. Open is going on this week.
Oh, yeah.
Golf. The U.S. Open is going on. And then the UFL, they're having their Super Bowl, their championship.
What's
They're
it
big.
called?
The UFL Bowl, I don't know, but we're going to talk about it with CJ. He's gonna break it down for us.
How creative.
Thank you. And then we got fish nuggets.
Love them.
And then we got free picks at the end of the
picks.
show. Free picks at the end of the show. I am Rob Fisher, Lang Whitaker, sitting alongside. Hello,
It's
sir.
actually like a deceptively busy time for sports.
Yeah, how about that? A whole lot of stuff going
A
on.
long buffet of options for us to choose from.
You know, it was weird because between the semifinals of the NBA, the conference championship to the finals, there was that long break,
week,
and it felt like
yeah.
nothing was going on. So then I started getting into college baseball,
Me
and I was like,
too.
this is kind of fun.
But then Georgia lost and I stopped.
And then
Yeah.
last night there was like nothing. I mean, there was Major League Baseball, and I watched Major League Baseball, but there wasn't
You know what I watched last
a
night?
whole lot of options. What'd you watch?
What'd you watch?
My son's 11. I'm trying to introduce him to the great American film catalog. Last night we watched Talladega Nights,
Oh,
the
nice.
Ballad of Ricky Bobby.
Great movie.
It was fantastic.
Fantastic.
100%
Did he
holds
enjoy
up.
it?
Oh, it was great.
Yeah, it absolutely
Beautiful.
holds up.
It was
Beautiful.
great. I'm waiting for him to tell me he's going to come at me like a spider monkey now. But
He might.
start quoting lines from the movie.
I watched the downfall of Diddy on Hulu.
on Hulu.
Ooh, man. Yeah. It was a little documentary, an ABC documentary.
Diddy,
Yeah.
look at you getting up on the Diddy game.
I got in on the Diddy game.
I hate admitting this.
John Roser, ladies and gentlemen.
I've got a '90s rap and rock playlist on my phone, and I just turned it on the other day. I was like, I haven't listened to this. I don't even know what's on this playlist. Made it forever ago. Turn it on. There's some Diddy songs on there from the No Way Out album.
What's the
And
rock?
damn it, dude, it's all about the Benjamin still hits. Like I can't say, like it does. Like the song is still awesome. It just is. But
What
Diddy,
else is on
you're-
that playlist?
You're a terrible human. Let's see. Here, we can
I
find
bet
out.
there's some Limp Bizkit on there.
There might be 90s music. Here we go. There's Junior Mafia, Notorious B.I.G., Puff Daddy, 3 6, Bush, Eminem,
Bush.
Green Day, Nirvana.
This is the part of the show where
Jay-Z,
Roser
Ice
just
Cube,
reads band
Korn,
names.
Tool, Metallica, Alice in Chains, Dave Matthews, Rage Against the Machine, Rakim.
That was early Dave Matthews. That's when it was cool.
Yeah, Silverchair. Got some Silverchair.
Silverchair.
Mariah Carey.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, Guns N' Roses, Fleetwood Mac, Gangstar, The Primitive Radio Gods.
By the way, they mentioned I was listening
Yeah,
to
we got some
Jelly
stuff on
Roll
there.
was on Howard Stern this morning, and I was listening in my car, and they mentioned Shinedown, our friends.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
because they're boys. Yeah.
That's cool. Very cool. CJ Hurt is here. Hello,
Hi,
CJ.
CJ.
I'm gonna watch one Diddy documentary, and it's the one that 50's gonna do. That's gonna be the good one. I'm not playing around with any of these other ones. This one was done by
I think
ABC or TMZ. Yeah, those are fine, but they're
Those
not
probably
the good
tried
ones.
to be fair.
Yeah, no, I want the.
It was basically all the
unbeatable.
news clips and all wrapped up into a show, and then at the end they were just like,
No, they
dun-dun.
didn't. They didn't.
It was like,
That
what's
was my
happening?
fear. They didn't talk to
Law and
anybody
order.
who was actually in those rooms, right?
Yeah.
Give me the documentary with Ja Rule, who allegedly, according to people who were near, ran out of a hotel room once, butt naked, ran up to somebody and grabbed him and shook him like, yo, you don't want to go in there. There's some freaky stuff happening in there. And then ran his freaky ass back in there, allegedly, according to sources.
I watched How to Rob a Bank on Netflix.
Yeah.
That. It just came out. Yeah, it's great. It's about this dude who robbed 17 banks in Seattle before he ever got caught. He's amazing at it.
Oh, new show. I'll just go ahead and plug another one on Apple starting tonight. Presumed Innocent with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh.
Looks really good.
The Scott Turow novel.
Yes.
Was he like narrating it, or is it just
No,
No,
he's in it.
It's a novel.
Oh,
that
okay.
Yeah.
I also started watching The Acolyte on the new Star Wars show.
Yeah.
It's really good.
All right.
It's on Disney Plus.
There's
There's your
Have
TV
y'all watched?
TV
Wait,
rundown.
nobody's watched Clipped?
no.
Okay.
No,
Watch what?
Clipped. The Clippers
The
one.
Clippers thing.
Oh, no,
The-
it
on
looks
Donald
terrible.
Sterling. It is.
It looks bad.
But it's funny. It's
Yeah.
funny bad. It's,
I'm like,
it's good stuff.
when I saw the clips of Doc Rivers, Lawrence Fishburne, how he's talking to the players. Matt Barnes, that's why your wife left you. I'm like, but you would not talk like that to an NBA player.
Not Matt Barnes.
I don't know, Doc
Apparently
Rivers
he did.
might.
Doc
Yeah.
Rivers did
Yeah.
with them, and that's the funniest. In that scene, the person playing the actors are terrible, but the person playing Big Baby Davis, somebody replied to Doc after that moment with Matt Barnes, like, yo, did you talk to Kevin Garnett and them like that in Boston? And Big Baby goes, no, he was afraid of KG. And he goes, yeah, that's why KG came up to me and thanked me for trading your ass last year. It was hilarious. It's good stuff happening.
My God.
All right.
All right. TV segment of the show.
In
The
between all the other sports we're watching.
the NBA Finals, it's 2-0. 2-0 for the Boston Celtics. I guess the status of Porzingis certainly makes a difference after we saw the impact that he had in the first two games. What is his status going to mean?
Is he going to play or no?
If he doesn't play, which I don't think he'll play tonight, but if he doesn't play the rest of the series, Dallas can absolutely win. Dallas can win the series. They've won when Porzingis isn't on the floor. Like they just get murdered when Porzingis has been out there. But when the minutes that Porzingis has been off and that it's been Horford, Dallas has won those minutes. So.
Kyrie's been terrible.
Right. So you got to think he'll
Kyrie's
They need
got
a-
to be better.
They need a Kyrie game in one
Now,
of these two games.
The Celtics can also get a Jason Tatum game. They can get a Jaylen
Yeah.
Brown game. Like
But
it
Kyrie's.
feels like there are more avenues for the Celtics to win. But
I think the reason why, if you wanted to pick Dallas before the series, it would be because of the way that Kyrie and Luka were both playing.
Yeah.
And that's why you'd give Dallas a chance against Boston. But if Kyrie's got to be the second or third best player on the floor, he can't be fifth.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
fifth. He can't be. He's got to be better than that.
got to be better.
And even if he's not making shots, he's got to make an impact another way. And no one's been able to because you can't go to the basket because of Porzingis, which
Gotta
is
make an impact.
which is incredible.
Wait, hold on. Does it feel like Kyrie is getting past dudes? Because it doesn't feel like he's getting
Well, he
by
can't get past
people.
Jalen Brown
Well, so,
for sure.
Like
when he's guarding him.
I don't think it's as much on Porzingis being at the rim as it is Kyrie's inability
And
to
Kyrie
separate
missing
from
shots.
defenders
Yeah.
and missing shots.
Turning it over. He's had a couple
The handles, Kyrie's handles are the thing that we laud him for the most. And it seems like constantly that ball is getting away from him, and Jaylen Brown and Drew Holiday and others are able to stick their hand in there at the right time and just poke it away. And I'm not used to seeing that happen with Kyrie.
I think they're letting
and that
him
has nothing to do with
They're probably
Porzingis.
being a little more physical than he's used to getting guarded in the regular season. Just a little bit, not a lot. But you do see Kyrie, like, he hasn't had a lot of open looks in those first two games.
No.
And I don't know if he's going to find them in game 3 and 4.
Yeah, but I think a lot of it will depend on him, certainly, in this series. But 2-0 in favor of Boston right now, and that series heading back to Dallas. Game 3 will be tonight. And so, yeah.
When's game 4? Sunday? No.
Probably.
Today's Wednesday.
Yeah, probably Sunday, the way they do it.
Anyway. No, Friday.
Is it Friday?
Friday.
Friday, because they stay in Dallas.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, so Friday they'll be
Wednesday,
in Dallas.
Friday, Sunday.
Yeah, and hopefully, I hope Dallas can come back and win a couple games
too.
because I'd hate for this to be over.
Yeah. I think it's we've seen Dallas, like game one, Dallas got it down to like 8 points in the third quarter. Like they've had some runs and they've shown the ability to score if they can play at their pace. But I felt like they got to get something from Gafford and Lively. Those guys haven't done much in this series. Especially offensively. There was that run in the second game too where they were like they realized like, oh look, they're putting little guys on Gafford, and they just like started lobbing it into him every play, and he was scoring every possession, but they couldn't get anything consistently, and they couldn't stop Boston. So they've got to figure something out.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting. Game 3 tonight in Dallas. The Stanley Cup Final.
Oh boy,
continues.
Yeah, it does.
Lord Stanley's Cup. Florida leads 2-0.
We got a couple of blowouts in these championships.
Yeah, 2-0 for Florida. You know, the problem, I talked about it last week. The problem for Edmonton is that Florida is more physical. They're a much more stinky glove team than Edmonton is.
Stinky glove.
And Edmonton tried to get more physical in game 2, and it really kind of took them off their game where they weren't getting shots on goal. They weren't getting, attempts on Bobrovsky, who stood on his head in game 1. But
there's a lot of hockey
terms.
Yeah.
And
phraseology getting thrown around here.
But you got to keep trying to get to the net and put the biscuit in the basket. And if Edmonton's got to keep getting more attempts, they got to keep getting more shots. They got to go back to their game plan and just try to outscore.
The stick on the puck.
Yeah, and try and outscore Florida, and maybe go top shelf a couple times on Bobrovsky, who likes to go down and
I haven't
get
watched
down
much
on the
of this,
pads.
but there was one game Saturday night. Was that game 1? And I saw at one point Florida was winning, but it had like shots on goal.
And Edmonton was killing them.
Yeah, they had like 3 times as many shots on goal as Florida. And I thought, well, that's probably not good.
Yeah. Well, right. But in the reason, Bobrovsky was just amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, he was stopping
standing
everything.
on his head.
He was standing on his head.
You got to go high with him.
Yes.
And I don't feel like Edmonton is doing that enough. While they are getting a bunch of shots on goal, they're not targeting the shots where they need to. Upper right, upper left, pit it up high against them and work those corners out in that goal. In that net, excuse me.
Coach CJ.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Game 3, Edmonton is favored, 134 favorite. Florida at a plus 112. The total is 5.5. But Edmonton favored in game 3. I told you I wasn't going to bet the series because I was rooting for Edmonton, but didn't feel good about that. I have bet Florida the first 2 games, and I'll probably come back with Edmonton here in game 3 to get that first one at home. Yeah, money line.
You don't want to take the spread.
Well, the 134, the spread, especially in hockey, can just kill you. 134 is not a terrible price, but if you want to do it, a great way to bet hockey is to bet 60 minutes. Just bet on not being in overtime.
Yeah.
So if you bet in that situation, you bet Edmonton 60 minutes, it's probably plus money. So you go from minus 134 to win to plus money to win in 60 minutes.
Okay.
It's a 3-way.
It's like how you can do in soccer too.
Yes, it's a 3-way money line.
Yeah.
You can bet a tie or you can bet either of the teams, and the odds are much better. So I did that with Florida in both of the first 2 games. So I got close to even money. In Edmonton at 134, that'll be right around even money if you bet at 60 minutes. So that's probably what I'll do for game 3. But the series total is still 5.5 games to win, or for the Stanley Cup to go. We talked about that last week. That pretty much meant you thought Florida either 4-2 or 4-1. They are an overwhelming minus 490 favorite right now. Edmonton just 1-7 all time when they fall down 0-2 in series. But plus 365 if you want to take a shot at the Edmonton Oilers. The total is still at 5.5, although the over now at minus 122. How about that? The under. That's surprising.
Go Oilers.
Because I said last week go over, but right now with it 2-0, with you getting even money on the under,
Play's going to be tight.
That's not bad either. All right, Edmonton and Florida, they will resume their play tomorrow night with Game 3. Also, the College World Series is going on. We've gone to Omaha. We got 4 teams from the SEC. We got 4 teams from the ACC. Because
We'll find out who
It means more,
it
Roser.
means more to.
it didn't mean enough to Georgia.
No. We lost to an
didn't.
ACC team.
Lost,
It was an
yeah,
embarrassing
made it even.
performance.
Four teams apiece now. Georgia could have made it 5-3.
I think you have to tell your guys to be better.
Your Tennessee Volunteers are the favorites at plus 240,
GBO.
followed by A&M and Kentucky, a couple of SEC teams, and then North Carolina, Florida State, Virginia, North Carolina State, and then the Florida Gators are the long shot at plus 1,500.
North Carolina State, too, eliminated Georgia. And I was watching that series. Ben McDonald was announcing
Yeah.
the games. He's great.
He is great.
Former LSU, Baltimore Oriole. But he was.
Really?
You remember him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, his baseball card was one of the most sought after cards ever.
No, so
his
I
rookie
used to
card.
play with when I didn't play with the Giants. There's a game for Sega Genesis called World Series Baseball, and if I didn't play with the Giants because of Barry Bonds, the American League team I always played with were the Orioles because of their pitching.
Yeah.
Because they had Ben McDonald and Mike Mussina, and they were freaking awesome at pitching.
Well, he was pointing out NC State's pitching. He was like, you need a deep staff to get to this point in the season. But once you get to the College World Series, like you just need like two guys.
Yeah.
You need like 2 or 3 guys. He's like, NC State is so stacked in terms of their pitching for the College World Series.
Yeah.
That might be if you're looking for some value, because
Wow.
they were next to last.
Plus
in the-
1,100, yeah.
That might be a team to look at. They have like
That's interesting.
2 good starters, and they have like a shutdown closer. They have a shutdown setup guy. Came in against Georgia with the bases loaded and struck out the #1 pick in the draft coming up, Charlie Condon. So like, I don't know, NC State might be worth a
All
fly.
right. I like that. NC State.
Florida State's the team that scored 24 on
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah. And they've got GBO. They got to play GBO.
Yeah, they got Tennessee in the
Florida
first game.
State's telling them, hey, no, GBO has to play us.
Right. Florida State at plus 900.
Tennessee better watch out playing Florida State.
Boy.
I watched some of that Tennessee team play this weekend.
Have you seen their coach on
That
Twitter?
second game against Evansville, they got up and it felt like they just thought, okay, we're going to kill them. And then Evansville did not quit, and they came back, and Tennessee was like, oh, God, what do we do? What do we do? And they ended up losing. And then Evansville has no pitching. It was like, when it got to the third and final game, there's a reason the spread was Tennessee minus 5.5 on it, and the money line, the total
It was
like
5.5?
because they said that Evansville, the pitcher they were down to starting, is like, maybe he's like a freshman or sophomore with an ERA of like 7. It's like, okay, this guy's going to get mashed by Tennessee, and of course Tennessee mashed him. But I'd say that manager at Tennessee has said he likes his team and likes their composure better now than in years past. But being honest, that second game from them against Evansville, I don't know if I saw it there. Florida State, I'm not going to know everything about college baseball because I don't. I can't name you one player for Florida State, but I feel like every time, I feel like Florida State's in the College World Series a lot. Like, I feel like I've always seen their name.
Yeah.
Like, they've always got
Florida
a good
State and
baseball
LSU
program.
are always in it.
Yeah, they're always,
Skip
so
Burtman.
Florida State, I don't,
How's
I
that
mean,
for
that
you?
Florida
That's
State team
good.
beat the crap out of UConn. So, like, they couldn't, the bats were alive. So,
Played it.
GBO better look out.
Played against Skip Burtman.
Really?
Yeah. St. Louis U played at LSU, lost 6-4 the year that LSU won the national
he
championship.
managed. He didn't coach. He didn't play.
No.
no.
No, I'm not that old.
I was just saying,
Skip Burtman.
I thought he was pretty
And
old.
do the bats
They're fat.
do the bats run out for Florida? Florida was like 28-27 in the regular season,
Yeah.
and they made the tournament, and they've just been awesome since they've been here. Like,
That's happened to Georgia. Like they were a mashing team all season, and they got in there, and NC State just they couldn't
Mashed.
and
score.
the bats
Yeah.
weren't there. Yeah, it's like so. But Florida, it's been the exact opposite. Like they're scoring like 11 runs every time you see them play. Does that run out?
I like Kentucky. I like their pitching. Plus 450. They're the third
Like
top
Kentucky,
favorite.
Wildcats.
Yeah. So, by the way, Sunday on elimination day for a lot of those series in the College World Series, there were 5 SEC teams that were in action. And Roser
Yeah, I did
sent
it.
us the 5 SEC team money line parlay.
Yeah.
And it came through at, what was it, plus 910 or
910, 920,
Something like that, yeah.
Came
It
through.
means
was a
more
winner.
parlay.
It was a winner.
It just means more.
means more parlay.
Same.
It just means more parlay.
It did all
Took
right.
all the SEC teams.
It meant a lot more.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Great job. Great parlay. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
Those are like the free picks that we give away at the end of the show.
I've
Yeah.
got a couple U.S. Open golf parlays.
Ooh,
Okay.
we're going to talk a little U.S. Open golf. Also, we're going to talk about the Euros. That's coming up. We're going to do that when we come back here on The Odds Couple here on Grind City Media.
The Grizz Girls are no ordinary dance team. They're known across the NBA for setting the standard for world-class dance and entertainment. From hip-hop to jazz, the Grizz Girls do it all. And they're looking for talented dancers with dynamic personalities to join the team. Do you have what it takes to join a premier NBA dance team and entertain Grizz Nation both on the court and in the community? Visit grizzlies.com/auditions now for more information and show us what you've got at open auditions Saturday, July 13th.
When it's all on the line, you turn to the strong, the stable, the unwavering. To those with a history of raising their performance to meet the moment. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard, bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st. And you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Now for a limited time, the new $1.99 crispy tender wraps are here at Sonic. Who could deny a crispy chicken tender with bold flavors like hickory barbecue and cheesy Baja? And we can't forget the crisp lettuce and melty cheese to make the perfect bite. Wrap yourself up with some TLC, tender, love, and chicken for only $1.99. Sonic $1.99 crispy tender wraps. Tax not included, limited time only at participating Sonic drive-ins.
Welcome back to The Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Welcome back, everybody. It is The Odds Couple, Chapter 5 of the program, Week 42 of the show. We have U.S. Open to get to as the U.S. Open gets underway tomorrow at Pinehurst. We've got the UFL Championship to discuss. We've got Fish Nuggets.
No.
And then we have free picks. Free picks for you, the people.
Picks.
That's in honor of Jerry West. I'm going to say we have free picks for you people. So we got that coming up here on the program. But first, we got the Euros coming up. You know, that starts this week, the Euros.
Oh.
Yeah, you familiar with what's going on? The
Euro
Euros
24.
2024 are coming up. And for more on that, whenever we talk soccer, we bring in Coach Carl to join us to talk some soccer. Hello, Coach Carl. How are you, sir?
I'm good, guys. How are you?
Doing very well. Who are you wearing today?
I got my U.S. jersey on for tonight's USA-Brazil game.
Big game tonight.
Wait, the under 23 team just went out there and lost, didn't they, to Japan?
No, the regular team.
The regular team
No,
lost.
The regular team lost to
There's been a bunch of stuff going
like
on,
last
guys.
week.
Bunch of stuff. So, yeah, the Olympic team just got beat, yesterday I think it was? So that's what you're referring to. But the under-19s, they just beat Argentina and Uruguay in South America. So that's pretty big. We have some pretty good under-17s, under-18s that are coming through the system that are pretty good. So it should be exciting for American soccer.
Can we not get them on the big team? Like, if they're beating those guys at under 19, would they not be serviceable with the under 23 team, the Olympic team? We can't be out here losing to Japan before the Olympics.
Well, the Olympics are different with soccer. It's kind of interesting because a lot of countries don't really put their top players in it for the men. So it's only it's under 23s, and there's only maybe one or two overage players, maybe three overage players that are allowed. Because the problem is that the clubs in Europe won't release them for the Olympics. Yeah. So the major tournaments for the U.S. or for the international is going to be like the World Cup, Copa America, which starts coming up here in the next couple weeks. That's what we're getting ready for against Brazil. European Championship, which is what we're going to talk about today, right?
Last thing, real quick, because love talking soccer with Coach Carl. What the hell is going on with Nigeria? Are they going to not qualify for the Olympics? They just lost to Benin out here.
Sudan's doing it, though.
Like, come
Sudan's
on.
in first place.
Yeah, what are we doing in that group? That was supposed to be Nigerians to run wild through, and they're not going to qualify.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't qualified in a long time. Like I said, the Olympics are kind of different with soccer, with men's soccer, because the best players in those countries aren't necessarily playing. It's a great thing that we're in it, but I mean, this is the first time that we've qualified in, I don't know, 10 years. It's been a while.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it doesn't necessarily reflect negatively on your country's national team, but obviously it's great when you do. So,
All right, Carl, first, Brazil.
I think it does, and the punishment should be deportation.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
I think it does.
It does.
Listen, I think I like that there should be pressure on us to start qualifying and doing well with our national teams, because I think that soccer's gotten that much bigger. Like, I thought it was pretty bad the other day on Saturday when we lost to Colombia 5-1 like we did. That was pretty embarrassing, because I thought on paper, if you look at the players, what countries what clubs they're playing for, and how much money those players would cost in the transfer market, I thought we had some better players than Colombia. But,
All right. Before we get to the Euros, I want to ask you about that game tonight, Brazil, United States. I saw somewhere that Brazil is a heavy play tonight. So
they're a heavy play for sure. I mean, especially coming off our loss 5-1 to Colombia. They beat Mexico the other night. They have a 17-year-old named Eldrick, who's still plays in Brazil. That's kind of the next big thing that scored the game winner for them against Mexico. So it should be an exciting game tonight. I don't know what to expect. I'd like to think we're going to bounce back. We better bounce back, but it's going to be a tough game, obviously, against Brazil.
Yeah. All right. The Euros, we got 6 groups of 4 teams each. How does this work? How do we get down the numbers?
You got the 2 top teams go through, right? The group winner and the group runner-up. And then you got the round of 16, which is the knockout stage. And you got the quarterfinals, and you get the semis, and you get the finals. So it essentially, if you're trying to bet it, do like a tournament style, you wait until the round of 16, and then it's similar to the NCAA basketball, where you can just make your picks.
So we should do a bracket when we get to 16.
We definitely should do a bracket. No
Yeah.
question about it. Yeah. I got my bracket right here in front of me, by the way. So, yeah.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So
All right, we're going with the Germans.
That's a
You
good pick.
would, following
they're
last
hosting.
week's conversation, rock with
No,
that.
no. So this is I hate you, CJ. But this is why. So I saw ESPN FC put out their list. It's like the 100 best footballers in the world, and they did like 30 forwards, 30 midfielders, 30 defenders, and like 10 goalkeepers or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm going through the 30 best forwards, the 30 best midfielders, 30 best defenders, and I'm like, there are a lot of Germans on this list, like a lot of them. And so I was like, oh, is Germany? Are they good again? Because they were not good in the last World Cup, were they?
Correct. They've been down a little bit. So that's why I think this is going to be a good tournament for Germany. Plus they're hosting, which is a huge advantage, because those stadiums, German stadiums and German atmospheres are some of the best in the world. So the crowd's going to be behind them. But they've got some great young players. They have Jamal Musiala, who plays for Bayern Munich, I think he's 20 or 21 now. He's awesome. They got Florian Wirtz, who plays for Leverkusen, that had a really good season. Leverkusen went undefeated in the Bundesliga this year. They've got experience. They've got Toni Kroos, who's on his last, played for Real Madrid, just won the Champions League, who he's announced his retirement after the tournament. So they have a great chance. I'm picking, I already put a parlay in. I'm taking England to win and Mbappe to be the leading goal scorer.
Really, England to win. Correct
that's
me if I'm
another
wrong.
win.
They've never won, and they've only been to one championship game.
Hold on, they correct, but they lost. They won the World Cup in ¡66, right? They lost in the last probably 10 years. Man, they've been knocked on the door. The last tournament, they lost in penalties to Italy in the final. So if you look at they're loaded. They've got so many great young players and guys that are coming into their own. Phil Foden, for example. They've got Jude Bellingham from Real Madrid. They're loaded. So I think England's got a great chance. I mean, France has got a great chance too, though. I was watching something today, getting ready for the show, and Jamie Carragher, he picked France versus Germany in the final. You know, just because France is so athletic and they're so deep, they've got, I mean, so many great players in their starting 11, and then they have guys coming off the bench that are unbelievable. So it's going to be exciting.
So that's another one. When I was looking at that ESPN like top 100, I'm like, let's just see who's awesome at football. Like who's awesome now? Because Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi are still good players, but they're not top 1-2 players in the world anymore. So who's up here? I noticed there are a lot of guys from England on that list too. There were a lot of players from England. I was like, oh. I saw the
England's
photo,
good.
I was like, England's really good. But it's different. Like England's always been like, they're solid, but like I remember growing up, like England, it was never thought like
they could never get over the hump.
It was like, yeah, when I was growing up watching the World Cup and stuff, it was like England's a good team, and they're going to be in the World Cup. But it was like England was never, they weren't good enough to win it, and now it appears like they've got a young enough and good enough team that like they've got the talent.
Yeah,
that they
Bellingham now.
They can compete high on that international level with the best of the best.
So what's happened really in England? And I've spent a bunch of time there over the years, like just observing academies, and they've kind of figured it out. They're just a passionate, diehard soccer country, and they've really tried to emphasize their youth development, and it's more of like possession soccer. Like back when we were talking, I remember the same way growing up. England was always very direct in their style of play, and so they've changed that to where they've seen what Spanish and the Dutch and the Germans and it's more about, youth development and playing out of the back and developing technical players. And they also have just so many players. Like Jude Bellingham went to Dortmund. I mean, he went to Dortmund when he was like 16, 17 years old. You have things like that. You just have so many great players. So I think, for me, like I said, I'm picking England to win it. I think Mbappe, leading goal scorer. I think Harry Kane is a favorite. It's called the Golden Boot, right? He's got to be a favorite to be the leading goal scorer. France is going to be tough. Germany, with their young players, they've been down for a while, and they're starting to kind of come back on the rise. And I think Portugal will have a chance. I think it was interesting. Portugal won 3-0 yesterday, and Ronaldo scored 2 goals, and they were great goals. So that's going to be an interesting thing to watch because I was in Portugal in April. And I remember watching the national team there, and Ronaldo was bad, didn't play well. It was like, there's no way he can start. And then all of a sudden, he scores 2 goals. So he'll probably have something, a bit to play in the tournament. But Portugal has some great young players coming through as well. So it's going to be exciting.
What about Belgium? Tell me about the Belgians. I like the Belgians.
That's an easy group, if I'm not mistaken.
I like the Belgians. That's the team I used to play with on FIFA back in the day when they had Eden Hazard and Christian Benteke. Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
And a very young Kevin De Bruyne, he's still awesome, is he not?
He still is a great player. He's at the end of it. He's having some injury issues, which happens when guys get older and stuff. But I mean, they've got some great players still. They have a chance. They could be a dark horse, but I just feel like there's too many other teams that are just too many guys in their prime, and the England, the France's, the Germans, So
would you be okay? Would you do this? England, Germany, France, or the field? Which one are you taking?
England, Germany,
you get
France?
England. Yeah, like so we're making a bet. I'm with
you.
Which one would you?
I'm taking those 3 teams.
You take the 3 teams. You say the winner's going to come from one of those 3 countries.
I think so.
Okay.
Wow. All
If
right.
it's not from one of those 3, where might it come from?
Portugal.
That's the 4th team you mentioned. Yeah, Portugal.
Carl, you got any of the games stand out to you that are coming up? We get started Friday with Germany and Scotland, and then a lot of action on Saturday and Sunday as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a junkie, Rob, so I'll be watching a lot of games. I'm gonna be scouting this weekend, so I'll be watching soccer, and then I'll be going back to watch more soccer.
The thing to remember about Scotland is William Wallace is not coming through that door.
Scouting scouting. Sorry, scouting, not Scotland. Scouting. I'm a scout too. I got to go scout this weekend. This next week, there's a big MLS Next Cup playoffs are in Murfreesboro, so I'm going to scout. Should be exciting. All the best young players in the country are playing. So,
very cool.
yeah, I mean, I'm a Dutch fan, so I'll be watching the Dutch, Portugal, and there's a lot of Spain. Italy's an early round game that should be good. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Coach Carl?
What's up? No,
hold on.
because he loves the Dutch. What is Iron Robin up to these days? I love that dude. That dude was so fast. What is he doing these days?
Great player. I don't know, to be honest with you. I think he's just retired. I haven't.
He just
heard his name in a
disappeared.
while.
He's like, yeah,
And
he just retired and left.
I usually keep up with a lot of those guys. But yeah, he's not. I haven't heard his name in a while. I think he's just enjoying retirement. And,
smoking a lot of weed in Amsterdam.
Probably.
What they do. Yeah.
Probably.
Coach Carl, always a pleasure, man. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Fun.
Thanks. Carl Schmidt joining us here on the program, our soccer expert, talking about the Euros 2024 coming up in Germany. Germany in that Group A with Scotland, Hungary, and Switzerland. You mentioned, CJ, the Belgium group, and they have Slovakia, Romania, and Ukraine.
And the reason why that's important, one, you get out of the group stage, but two, if you're one, you play like a third place team. You play one of these
It's
lower
usually the
teams.
top two of each group.
Yeah. So the top two of each group, and then they'll get maybe and it's goal differential. So it'll be top two of each group, and then like maybe you get a much easier opponent. And you can boom, boom, boom. Upsets happen because it's tournaments. Get the right upsets, get the right matchups in the second round matchup, and then boom, you're through to the semifinal.
So he said, Coach Carl said he would take France, England, Germany. Those are the three. He's like, if I gave you those three or the other options of the field, he goes, I'd take those three. So France plus 350, England plus 350, Germany plus 550 on here. That would lead you to believe, if you take Coach Carl's advice, if you just put the same amount of money on all three of those teams, as long as one of them won, you will come out ahead.
Yeah.
You're coming out ahead no matter what. So just food for thought.
Food for thought. We just give you picks here on the Odds Couple. We got the U.S. Open coming up. U.S. Open golf coming up at Pinehurst.
Pinehurst number 2.
Number 2. Whatever.
Yeah. It's Pinehurst number 2.
It's not number 1.
That starts
About
tomorrow.
2 hours outside Charlotte.
Now, anytime you talk about Pinehurst, and a lot of times when you talk about the U.S. Open, you talk about putting.
Yeah.
Putting is going to be very, 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 very difficult. Who does that mean is going to win?
So here's a stat for you.
Yeah.
From Brandel Chambly.
Oh, that guy, he sucks.
All three winners of the previous U.S. Opens at Pinehurst have been in the top 10 in driving accuracy, top 10 in scrambling, and total putts as well. Right now, there's one golfer who's kind of close to all three of those.
Scotty Scheffler?
Scotty Scheffler.
Of course.
The other guy who's like top in driving accuracy and scrambling is Fleetwood.
Yeah.
Which is sort of
there
you
are
probably get good odds on him.
There are a lot of people who like Fleetwood this week. And he also has been one of those guys. He's played pretty well at U.S. Opens. Like, the harder the course is, he's better.
Yeah.
He plays better. A lot of people like Fleetwood this week.
I don't think it's gonna be. From what I've read, the big hitters aren't gonna. It's not really an advantage at this course. It's gonna be more about scrambling, being able to get up and down. You're gonna end up off the course. We've seen these guys. Have you seen all the videos this week of people dropping balls onto the green and it rolls 50 yards away? It's going to be hard. So I think the more resourceful golfers are the ones who are going to be more successful this week.
Yeah, I mean, putting.
Scheffler.
Putting always matters a ton. Yeah,
Unfortunately.
It's Scotty Scheffler. He's like plus 280 now. I just checked. He's like plus 280 to win the thing. So it's like his odds are terrible. So it's just one of those, maybe he has a blah first day.
What can you bet with Scheffler to make it interesting?
You'd have to throw him in a parlay with some stuff. I wouldn't bet anything on him right now. There's nothing to bet.
Right.
I mean, the only thing I would tell you to bet right now is if you're that confident that he's going to win, which why would you not be? Just bet him to win now, because if he comes out and has an awesome round one, that number's not going to be any better than that.
Yeah.
Fleetwood's
what, plus 4,000?
Yeah, Fleetwood's 40 to 1. 40
John
to 1.
Rahm's on there. He's out.
Rahm's out of the tournament. Rahm withdrew.
Toe infection.
For an injury. So He's out. I don't think Victor Hovland's winning this tournament.
Yeah, I don't know.
Morikawa is in the two that I would look at out of that. Brooks, I don't. I don't trust the putter. I don't trust the putter.
I don't trust his head. I watched Full Swing finally. That dude, like, watch the Brooks Koepka episode and tell me if you would ever
new
like
one
pick
or the
a-
first season?
The first one.
Oh, he's won the PGA Championship since then.
Yeah. But I'm just telling you, watch it and then tell me what
that's
you
where
think.
he was then, and he was injured. Like he's won
Okay.
a major since then. I haven't seen season 2 of Full Swing though.
I like Oberg.
So yeah,
He's just so young.
It's his first U.S. Open.
Yeah.
The two that I would look at are Morikawa and Bryson. Bryson was awesome at the PGA. Bryson was good at the Masters before he tailed off a little bit. But Bryson was awesome at the PGA, and he was built for it on Sunday. The problem is Xander was also amazing on Sunday. Like, Bryson was awesome that final day at Valhalla, but Xander was also amazing, and Xander already had the lead. Morikawa has been in the final group in the Masters and at the PGA Championship. Coming on Sunday, he has been in the final group of both of those. He came in second last week to Scotty Scheffler. This would be Morikawa's third major if he's able to win it. Maybe he can get over the hump. But so those are just,
I might bet Matsuyama top 10 also. Like he was the guy I watched. I followed him at the Masters practice round.
Yeah.
He was unbelievable. And I was like, holy crap, this guy's going to win the Masters. Then he didn't.
Yeah, he was terrible. He was terrible at the Masters. Matsuyama is one of those guys. I love Hideki
like
Matsuyama.
him.
Yeah, love Hideki Matsuyama. His putter is like, dude, he can get on a run, and it's like he'll birdie like 5 straight holes, and then he'll bogey like 3 of the next 4, though.
Right.
Cam Smith has like probably the best putter in golf. Like that dude, when he's on, I mean, Cam Smith is amazing. To win, I would say Scheffler, Bryson, Morikawa. A little taste of Justin Thomas, 40-1. Played better. There's some models that I looked at that think he's basically like
betting models
that basically say he's got to favor him to finish in the top 10 this week. And so, favor him to finish in the top 10, 40-1 to win. Maybe some things broke his way.
Does Tiger make the cut?
It's 41. Tiger Woods not making the cut.
I'll take him. I'm going to take him to make the cut.
Top 20.
Flat course. It's good for his legs.
Top 20, Xander Schauffele, -200. Xander's finished in the top 15 in every U.S. Open. Top 20, Morikawa, -150. Bryson, -105. Justin Thomas, +150. Top 30, Cam Smith, -110. Matthew Fitzpatrick, -105. Sepp Straka, +125.
He's number 1 in driving accuracy.
Alex Noren, +150.
I think he's a Georgia Bulldog.
Will Zalatoris, +140. If you parlay all those top 30s, $5 pays over $250. And then also a top 20 parlay of Morikawa, Bryson DeChambeau, Justin Thomas pays out +713.
Wow.
Wait, what was the last one?
Top 20 parlay of Morikawa, Bryson DeChambeau, and Justin Thomas pays out +713.
Well, I like that one a lot too.
JT out of that.
Very nice. Thank you, John
JT
Rosen.
top 20 is +150. That's why I was like, he's been one of the best golfers in the world. He's had some struggles,
Up
but
and down.
it's the best price you're probably getting Justin Thomas. You know, so.
And if you want Scheffler, get him now.
Yes.
Well, you can get
might
him at
as well.
+280.
Unless he has a bad round 1, and then go ahead and take him.
Yeah.
Rory, who knows? I don't know with Rory. I just stay away from
know.
Rory, and
We will take a break here on the Odds Couple. When we come back, we got some fish nuggets.
No.
We also have
Picks.
UFL playoff update. It's the
Bowl.
championship,
UFL
the
Bowl.
Super Bowl. Super Bowl, the UFL Bowl. It's coming. I hope
Great
CJ's
Bowl.
got a name. Do you have a name for it?
Yes.
Okay,
Simply, I'll tell you.
All right. We'll have that for you when we come back. Plus, free picks to end the show today as well. If that wasn't enough right there from Roser, my goodness. Good stuff on the U.S. Open. We'll take a break. This is the Odds Couple on Grind City Media.
LifeCare Ambulance is proud to be an official partner of the Memphis Grizzlies and FedEx Forum. At LifeCare, they wear their hearts with pride. Their passion is their people. They want you to love what you do and where you do it. Their employee-driven culture encourages a healthy work-life balance and supportive work environment. They invest in your success and well-being so that you can provide the best care for the patients that they serve. Join the incredible team of EMTs and paramedics in Memphis, Nashville, and across the nation today. Learn more at lifecareamb.com.
There's no substitute for experience, the knowledge gained from having been there before, and the passion to share what you know to make everyone around you better. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard. Bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
vertical.
Watch your head.
Yeah, you said it was 44.
You sure I said it?
36 and a half.
36 and a half is big.
36 and a half. I've got bench press here.
18 times.
17.
Okay.
You always have to put a little barbecue
It's
sauce.
all barbecue sauce. Barbecue sauce on the wings.
The Chris Vernon Show, presented by Caesars Sportsbook, live weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Welcome back to the Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Welcome back, everyone. It is the Odds Couple as we wrap things up today. A few things to get to. We got the UFL Bowl coming up. We got free picks to give away here on the show. But first, we have some fish nuggets for you here today. Some fish nuggets. College World Series nugget is where we start. This is the first time since 1948 that only two conferences are going to be represented in Omaha for the College World Series. The SEC's
Who was the
got
conference in
4 teams.
1948?
ACC has 4. I don't know.
I think it was Pac-12 SEC. It was Pac-12 and somebody, though.
Do you know
I'm saying it's I know for certain it was a Pac-12.
Do you know why it's in Omaha? Why the College World Series is in Omaha every year?
No.
I didn't either. I actually looked it up. I was curious. It's because it's in the middle of the country, and they think all the teams have an equal journey to get there.
Oh. What if Nebraska makes it?
Well, now this year it's all teams from the Southeast. They all have to go to Omaha.
All right, horse racing note. Saturday marked the 6th straight year that a different horse has won each of the Triple Crown races. How about that?
6 straight year.
18 different winners in the last 6 years in the Triple Crown. So, yeah, stop betting horses to win.
Seabiscuit's rolling in his grave.
Seabiscuit's rolling in his grave. Basketball note, the Boston Celtics are one of 11 franchises that have won at least 8 consecutive games in a single postseason.
What are the other 10?
They go for 9 consecutive games tonight. Over the last 3 U.S. Opens at Pinehurst, there have only been 5 bogey-free rounds.
Pinehurst number 2?
Yes.
Oh.
Pinehurst number 2. Only 5 bogey-free rounds. So not good scoring weekend. The last 5, this one's interesting. The last, not that the others weren't. The last 5
Way to build it up.
U.S. Open champions recorded their first major championship win.
So last 5 guys won their first major.
Last 5 winners of the U.S. Open, it was their first major championship win.
All right.
Really?
So, who does that now include or take out? And only 6 players have won the Masters and the U.S. Open title in the same year. Craig Wood, Ben Hogan, Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods, and Jordan Spieth, the only to win both the Masters and the U.S. Open in the same year. So there you go. Some nuggets.
Scotty Scheffler looking to do that.
Yep. All right. Scott Scheffler could join that list. Also, he would end the streak of U.S. Open champions getting their first major championship win. All right, the UFL. Last week they had the XFL Conference Championship and the USFL Conference Championship, and both were played. And Birmingham if I'm not mistaken,
Yes.
they took care of business.
Easy, light work. This is all just preliminary action for Birmingham to walk away with that trophy again.
Well, and then St. Louis, they were hosting the other one in front of a raucous crowd at the Dome, crowds that have been amazing at the Dome all season, hosting that game, and they lose.
They blew it.
They blow it because the championship game is being played at the Dome in St. Louis.
Yep.
Oh.
Tough. That's why we play the game on the field, though, fellas.
What did
It's
A.J.
hard.
McCarron do?
177 yards through the air. I do believe he had a fine game, but he's hobbled. He's injured. And we weren't 100% sure he was going to play in that game. He gave it the old college try, or the old UFL try, if you will, and they just did not have it. The Battlehawks offensively have been prolific throughout the course of this season. I think the second highest scoring team in that league. They've been held under 17 points 3 times this year. The first game against the Panthers, the last game of the regular season against the Brahmas, and in the playoffs against the Brahmas. It's hard. It's hard to beat a team 3 times in a season. It's even harder to beat a team 1 week and then play that very same team the very next week to get a win there. So hats off, tip of the cap to the Brahmas and the defense that they came out there and showed. Again, this is an offense that is known. A.J. McCarron, Hakeem Butler, they've got weapons all over the field. They are known for being explosive. And the end of the regular season that week held to 13 points. Now they won, last second field goal missed, but they won, held to 13 that week, held to 15 this week. So that Brahmas defense is going to be special. And I look forward to seeing what they can do with Adrian Martinez, somebody who is so good in this league, throwing and running the ball. Again, he's a quarterback who leads the league in rushing yards. And we don't see that happen very often. And the Stallions are hungry. Skip Holtz wins this. It'll be 3 straight spring football championships, 2 USFL championships, 1 UFL championship. Skip Holtz on the Mount Rushmore of spring football coaches all time. I'll say it right now.
With who?
With who? With who? That's a great question. I mean, I think Wade Phillips is up there. I would throw
Bob Stoops.
Maybe. No, Bob Stoops wasn't very good. So no, I'm not throwing Bob Stoops in there.
Spring football
I
coaches.
need to think about it some more. I'm
Pep
sure
Hamilton.
Yep, throw him up there. Throw Pepper in there. Yeah, and then I'll think about it. But I know for certain that first face on the Mount Rushmore spring football coaches is Skip Holtz. What a job he's done in spring football. Going for a 3-peat. When's the last time we saw NFL team 3-peat? At the Cowboys?
Yep.
Like, 3-peating is hard no matter what sport you're playing. And the 3-peat in this league, with all the changes that happen.
3-peating in 2 different leagues.
Yo, we hadn't seen that either.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Skip Holtz. Greatest, I'll say it. I'll say it. Clip it if you want to. And if you guys disagree, just come find me in the chat or in the comment section.
Spring football fans are going to be furious.
Yes. Skip Holtz,
brave man.
Skip Holtz is the greatest spring football coach we've ever seen. I said it.
All right. So this week we have the championship, right?
Yep.
Oh, are you ready for the name of it?
Yes.
Because it's a doozy.
Yeah.
UFL championship.
The
game.
UFL championship game.
Yep.
I like it.
The UCG.
Yeah, simple.
Okay. And Birmingham's going to win this thing.
Yeah, this is all just sort of a preliminary thing before the parade pops off in Birmingham.
They win it by more than 3?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, they got it.
Take the over. Take the under. That's a lot of points. 42.
And that Brahmas defense, I don't want to short them. That Brahmas defense is good.
Yeah.
Take the under.
Yeah.
I've got it at 22 to 13.
All right,
Stallions.
so take the Birmingham Stallions minus the 3 and the under 42. All right. I like it. All right, free picks time. Free picks time. Lang, you got a free pick for us today?
My Braves are down bad.
Yeah, they are, man, and I've been betting them.
Bet against them tonight. That's my free pick. They're playing the Orioles, and they got a rookie starting, Spencer Schwellenbach, for the Braves, who has not been great.
Yeah.
And the Orioles have been good, and they gave Gunnar Henderson a night off last night. The Orioles did. He's back tonight for the O's, so I'd bet the Orioles tonight.
All right, Orioles over the Braves.
-125 on the money line for the Orioles.
Yeah, that's not too bad, baseball terms. Roser?
Yeah, we're going to do baseball. We're going to take the Yankees minus the 162 at the Royals, and we're going to parlay that with the Mariners minus 250 at home against the White Sox, and that gets you to plus 126. Now, we can go really crazy here, Fish. If you add the Orioles to that, that gets you to plus 307 on the money line. How do we feel about your Cardinals at home tonight against the Pirates?
A little nervous.
Sonny Gray on the mound?
Should feel good, but I'm a little nervous.
Should feel good. Well, would you feel good if I added the minus 180 to this current parlay, and now you get plus 533?
I like your parlay. I wouldn't add the Cardinals.
Well, you would not like. Okay, so we're just going Yankees, Mariners, Orioles plus 307.
All right.
Moneyline parlay.
There you go.
Yeah. By the way, the Cardinals killed the parlay last week for all of us. They killed our parlay last week. They totally
with Sonny
cracked the
Gray
bet
pitching
against the
too.
Rockies.
Yeah.
They played a little rocky.
Yeah, they did. It was upsetting. CJ?
I kind of like the Cardinals here. So I will do a parlay, same game parlay. Give me the Cardinals, and they're at minus money straight up. But throw in Sonny Gray over 6.5 strikeouts. That gets you to plus money. So give me the Cardinals, Sonny Gray over 6.5 strikeouts to get you to plus money.
All right.
I think you did the same thing last week, too.
I did.
And it was bad. It was bad for us.
I'm rolling with my Cardinals, Rob. I don't know if you know this or not. I'm a big Cardinals fan.
I know.
Sonny Gray, win. Love the Cardinals.
My parlay, you stepped all over my parlay. I mean, all over it. I'm right there with you.
Yankees and Mariners?
I got Yankees, Mariners, Dodgers. I'm going three-teamer.
West Coast parlay.
Yeah, I put the Dodgers in there instead of Baltimore. But Yankees and Seattle for sure. And the good thing is the Yankees, Kansas City, that game's early. So if by some reason that one's going in the wrong direction, you can still come back and get a two-team parlay with the other two to make up for it. So
put the Orioles in there too.
And go ahead and throw the Orioles in there too. Let's make it a four-teamer for sure. And then I like Philadelphia as well tonight in Boston. That's my big play of the day. Philadelphia
that's a tough one.
in Boston tonight.
Boston's
Philadelphia minus 125 in Boston, taking on the Red Sox. Yeah. And they've beaten them in the first two games of the series, so going for the sweep
so
here
you
tonight.
think Philly's going to get the sweep?
Yeah,
I see. I would go the other way on that.
Yeah.
It's
hard to sweep.
It's hard to
awesome,
sweep.
though.
So I would roll with.
Yeah, but the Phillies are awesome.
Yeah,
they're really good.
They are. They're really good. I saw the record. They're good. The Orioles are awesome too, but the Yankees have just been a little bit better.
Yeah, a little bit better. Yep. All right. Well, there you go. There are some free picks for tonight as well.
Free picks.
We're going to be gone for a little while. We're going to come back on July 11th.
I won't be here, but you guys have a great show.
July 11th. Roser won't be here, but we will. And we'll be talking Wimbledon semifinals. That's right.
Don't get the people too excited, man.
The MLB All-Star Preview and NBA Summer League.
Let's go.
So looking forward to that. July 11th is when we will be back here on The Odds Couple. We thank you for joining us here today. You know what that's going to do? We're 10 weeks away from college football. That's going to get us that much closer to college football getting started. It's going to be here before you know it. Looking forward to it. Well, that does it for us here today. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining us here on The Odds Couple. For CJ, for Roser, for Lang, I'm Fish. Thank you for watching. We'll talk to you again real soon here on Grind City Media.
You've been listening to The Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Tune in next time with Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.